Hi, I would like to talk about the signs of time, economy crisis in your future. Jim and Sharon were young and in life. Married in 2004, they hurried to purchase a home in 2005, and later that year welcomed a little delightful baby girl. Life was good and getting better until the economy started to falter. At first, the situation seemed survivable, but when the stock market melted on October 2008, reality set in along with other Americans. They saw their dream and savings evaporate overnight. The whole ordeal felt like a fit in the stomach. Gloomy and ashen-faced, their skimpy 401k offered little solace, nor did their mortgage, now worth more than their home. And to make matters worse, Jim's company was cutting back. How long would he have his job? Suddenly, sleepless nights found him pacing the floor, working the numbers, trying to devise a plan for his family. The sour economy was becoming a nightmare. Sadly enough, the dramatic reversal of fortune is a familiar tale today. No one has gone untouched as American has stumbled into the worst financial predicament in recent memory. And for most people, it is small consolation that the economy is bruising everyone from sea to shining sea, anxiety beginning to chip away at the most precious commodity of all, good old American optimistic. So how did we get here? The factors are numerous. A short list would include lack lending standards, poor regulation, and greed. A few naysayers saw the approaching triumph, but average Americans were completely blindsided. In the aftermath, 20 and 20 hindsight helped us to see the danger of a house too big or a car too costly. Too late we realize the perils of debt and the virtue of spending less than you earn. It is that state of affairs that has people shaking their heads and wondering, is this crisis the end of the world? It is a fair question, and one that was also posed by Jesus' disciples. When they asked him about the end of the age, he responded by saying in Matthew 24, verse 36, no one knows about that day or hour, not even the angel in heaven. But in the same chapter, he hastened to add that we can know when his return is near. Even though no one can predict the moment of his return, he makes it clear that wars and famine and earthquake and persecution will escalate as the end approaches. Mountain strategy and the world fulfilled this particular prophecy, but the drama is just the beginning. Events at the dawn of the new millennium has set up on a path of the ultimate showdown between good and evil. Not many years ago, an attack on the continuous 48 would have been unthinkable, but the 9/11 shattered that illusion. Reeling from the security breach, Americans accepted the mission diminished civil liberties in exchange for the promise of increased safety. Fast forward a few years and the threat of economic catastrophe has paved the way for unprecedented control in the private sector. Again, unthinkable. So what is going on? Upon closer examination, the common denominator is seen is the willingness of human nature to make any sacrifice, even freedom itself, in order to guarantee survival. And in the final struggle for survival, the Bible describes as an urgent time when the world power declared that no man can buy or sell in Revelation 13 verse 17 without its approval. Hard to believe? Of course it is. But if we have learned anything at all, we have learned to expect the unexpected. If this scenario sounds like a conspiracy theory, then you are right. It is. But the conspiracy is not about money. It is about your heart. Two supernatural powers are battling for your affection. They command your devotion, allegiance, and worship. In one corner, Satan is willing to secure these any way he can. In the opposite corner, Jesus Christ leaves the choice to you. Satan will use the earthly power to force your hand, while Jesus can only accept a decision compelled by love. What is important to notice is that any use of force to coerce your conscience is not a plan from God. It is a plan from Satan. The clever conspirer will use the economy to mask his goal of coherence. His awful scheme is to place people in such dire circumstances that in the interest of earthly security they will abandon regard for the Word of God and offer worship and allegiance to the false earthly power. The amazing plot will prove the ruin of many, but there is hope for all. Just a few verses later, hard on the heels of the economy decree in Revelation chapter 13, comes an appeal to worship the God of the universe. In quick succession, the three angels make loud announcement to the citizens of the planet Earth. The first angel of Revelation 14 distantly calls people to worship God. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made the heaven, the earth, and sea, and burning water. Found in Revelation 14, verse 6 and 7. This appeal is immediately followed by a warning that those who ignore this invitation will suffer destruction with false earthly power. If anyone worships the beast and his image, he himself shall also drink the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out in full strength into the cup of his indignation, verse 9 and 10. As the incredible drama unfolds, truth becomes unmistakable. the world arrived at a crossroad with eternal consequences. There can be no doubt about this message. Everyone will make a choice for God or a choice for self-preservation. Some will follow the path of least resistance and say, I choose to bow and serve, even if it meant to be breaking God's commandment. But others gladly respond, I choose to trust God completely, knowing that He will supply all my needs. By His power, I will keep the Ten Commandments. These loyal people are described as those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Verse 12. Which side will you choose today?